dimensions of tongues. We have praying in other tongues. Praying in other tongues. This defines praying in a language you were not taught. You were not trained. But it's a language that is in existence. It's a language that people are speaking somewhere. Praying in other tongues. In Acts chapter 2 from verse 4. Acts chapter 2 from verse 4 to verse 8. And they were all filled with the Holy Ghost and began to speak with other tongues. And began to speak with other tongues as the Spirit gave them utterance. Verse 5. And they were dwelling at Jerusalem, Jews, devout men, out of every nation under heaven. Now, when this was noise abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded, because that every man heard them speak in their own language. Every man heard them speak in their own language. So praying in other tongues is like you being a Bini person, being a Yoruba, and you're praying in Hausa, which you were not taught, you never learned. Am I communicating this morning? So the dimension of praying in other tongues is such that you pray in a language that is in existence in the world. But you never had knowledge of that language. You were not trained. You were not tutored about that language. The number 2 dimensions of tongues is praying in unknown tongues. Praying in unknown tongues. There are tongues you pray in, they are not in existence in human race. They are tongues of the spirits and tongues of angels. Pray in unknown tongues. In 1 Corinthians chapter 14, 1 Corinthians 14 verse 2 and verse 14. For he that speaketh in an unknown tongue speaketh not unto men. There is no human race that have understanding of that language you're speaking. Speaketh not unto men, but unto God. For no man understandeth. No man. Howbeit, in the spirit he speaketh mysteries. Mysteries. So when you speak in an unknown tongue, you're speaking mysteries. In verse 14. For if I pray in an unknown tongue, my spirit prayeth. My understanding is unfruitful. I don't know what I'm praying about. It is the spirit that has taken over. It is the spirit that prays through me. That is the concept or the dimension of praying in unknown tongues. In 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 1. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 1. Though I speak with the tongues of men, there is a tongues of men. That is all the tongues. There is a tongues of men. That's the tongue of a language that is in existence. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels. There are tongues you speak, you activate the release of angels. There are tongues you speak, the host of heaven is being released. There are tongues you speak, only angels understand and they minister to what you are saying in prayer. So there is a tongues of men and there is a tongues of angels. The tongues of angels is not understood by any man. It's not a language in human race. The tongues of men and the tongues of angels. And have not charity and becoming a sounding brass or tinkling cymbal. So these are the 2 dimensions of tongues. Other tongues and unknown tongues.